Sam here again. Today's Sunday, the 3rd of December, to give my thoughts on Bitcoin and what we've done recently. With these levels that we've defined through a number of ways, and if you follow my posts, you'll pick up some of them. The other one is using ExoChart. What's ExoCharts? Show you just a quick one. And thanks to Chart Champions, we've also got a template. And through that, we define a number of our levels, and here it is. And we were a bullish bias, and I'm going to also discuss, by the way, a fractal that makes sense. So what are we looking at? Long term, short term, long term, and are we still bullish bias? Yes, we are, but we're at a key level that could potentially pull back to a bit of a shakeout to this level here. But let me go over the fractal first of all. I'll pick a chart that makes sense. So the golden ratio is our resistance. Just let's go in close so you understand what took place. All-time high is our reference 1, bottom 0, golden ratio. And by the way, we've got the 200 moving average. So once we regain the 200 moving average, you can see how it acted as our support. And now we're going to apply the same method from the bottom to the top. Our golden ratios here. So I have a gut feeling that that's where we're going to get the wave 5. This is going to be a wave 5 potentially. And if we make an effort to it, it's probably 1, 2, potentially 3, 4, and 5. I do feel like we're going to go up and then come back and take do a short, the long squeeze. At the moment, all the shorts are getting squeezed out. But that's my thoughts, and we've probably got something similar here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we also got this on the bigger scale. That's our 1, that's our 2, and that's our 3. That's our 1, 2, and that could potentially be our 3 if the history repeats. And we have our correction, which is probably, unfortunately, it could have been A, B, and C, but this took place. And if you look from the top to the bottom for this one, you can see it's a golden ratio. Reversal bottom here. And that was a Wyckoff accumulation reversal. So that was our ABC. And then I would have thought once we got that, a bit of a correction, and then it should have gone off, but it didn't because we got the black swan event. But that was the thing. That was the move. Bear market, temporary run, another correction, and then the bull run. And then the halving has something to do with that as well. I won't go into the halving. Similarly here, I do feel like once we hit our target, we get A, B, C, probably hit these 200 moving averages. If that's our target, we can get this and pull it back. And you can see the golden ratio. That could be our wave correction all the way down. And then we have our bull run. Then we go potentially, if that model plays out. Yep, if that model plays out, then we get that. And similarly, it might work. It's either 108, but I believe potentially 120. That's going to be a strong resistance, probably 30-40% pullback. But ultimately, if things do go well, we could probably do that again. As if this model that model plays out. There's another model, and that's this. This is a real big parabolic run. So that's going to be very difficult to judge, but we'll see how that goes. The fractal I was meant to talk about is this here. Now what we had is a nice resistance also, and we also had this sloping resistance. We've got a touch there, we've got a touch there, and touch there and back. You can argue that we, in a similar fashion, was this touch there, and there. Now, the 200 moving average would have been ideal, but what we had was a consistent resistance line. That's all. So that was our main resistance. And in this case, this was the main resistance. But what we can see is this here. So what we had was price come up, hit the resistance, break out, retest, and then back. So we had something similar. Hit the resistance, pull back, break out, retest this trend line with the moving averages, and bang. Now, the moving averages could be the main reason. Here it was a Fibonacci or the main resistance. And what we're seeing here, if we go close, this is the 3-day, that's good enough. No different to what we have now. So it's broken and it's done that. And then bang, straight up, finds its resistance, pulls back. So let's have a look at that and try to copy it. Just going to compare it. I'm not going to say it's going to happen the same way. So what we're having is a lesser angle, obviously, but look at that. So this one was much more steep. That didn't take place, but again, ironically, we have a major resistance here. That could be a major resistance. And now let's go back to our original chart. So that fractal, just picking that fractal here, we have a bull, like a constant lower highs, and then bang. And we hit our resistance, but I think it could still go up higher. Ideally, if it does this, keeps going up higher and higher, that's a pullback. What kind of pullback is that? That is a pullback of 16%. So that fractal is in mind. 3, 4, 5. We'll see how that goes. And let's pick out the detailed chart. So that's our detailed chart. And the monthly and the daily level is been hit. So let's look on the 4-hour. And we discussed a few things in our channel. And one of them was that we take this long. So we expected a pullback, but not short. We didn't enter the short. As it came back, we took the long from here, breakout, and that was the move. Now, we discussed scenario 1, which was if that didn't take place, that if this didn't stay up there, if it came down, we were looking for this liquidity level to go back up. Scenario 2, let's see. So that you can see how that's working out. Where's my other levels? Give me a sec. So scenario 2 was that we, up to a certain point, this is the main area, and perfectly there. This is, and I'll show you where I did it. The other option was that we break above that and then retest swing failure pattern. So that was on the cards, not yet. So that was one of the others that we're thinking of, and you can see this scenario, which was we thought of. So we're looking for that type of scenario where we get a pullback. If we drop below this, then the pressure is likely to come down, but this will guarantee it. This will be a good entry. We've got to see what happens between this range. So this range, we've got to see what takes place. It could be a topping formation and a failed auction type of scenario, and then we'll come back down. Too early to say to do that, so we're not in there, but we're looking for liquidity. We've got a point of control here, naked point of control that hasn't been tapped. So if we get down here and do something like that, we go long. Similarly, this one here as well, taking out some more liquidity. So what we have is all the longs are coming along, so the short long squeeze makes sense, and then back up again. That would be ideal. And do we have any others? No. So for the time being, How we trade the short time frame? Well, I do feel like we should short if you want to take that chance, but at the moment there's not enough evidence to short. My gut feel tells me that we probably come here and then back up again. And maybe touch this monthly and then come back down. And if we do something like that, that's our shorting position. And that's a failed auction topping off structure type of thing. And it wouldn't surprise me that if that will be a level that we watch for as well, early signs. But right now, nothing. How far it goes, we've got the liquidity in a number of spots. The other fractal is we just continue on. So we discussed it. We accumulate here and then just break up again and then look for that, come back down. Maybe like that. So we've got a number of levels, 41.5 to 42. These levels are very strong. I believe we'll get a rejection there. If this continues on, I'll look for that. And that could be a deeper pullback. So we're playing out the scenarios. Very difficult to know what's going to take place. At this point, it's just planning and looking for the levels. We got our levels all panned out. Now it's a matter of waiting. In the meantime, the Solana against Ethereum, roughly equal. We were looking at Link. Link is looking good. And I believe this is a bull flag that will take off. Now, the reason why we're stuck there is a 0.236 or the 0.5. Next level is there. That'll be interesting. Rune did break out. Beautiful. Gotta remember that. Missed out on that one. Solana also did break out nicely from here. And we had this yesterday. I think I was about to do the video. Ideally with Solana, I was looking at it pulling back into this pocket and then back up. That would have been nice. And now we've hit out. It's actually come to this, which makes sense. I was hoping it would come lower, but it didn't happen. And there you go. So that was our long. We've got our targets. So I do feel like this is going to continue on. It's a continuation pattern, and we've got our targets all the way to this golden pocket. Ethereum, that was our liquidity level. Just by, and we've got that rejection. I feel like we're just going to break up. Ethereum's going to outdo, and this trend line is actually doing the support. So if it comes down here, this trend line will continue on. A lot of resistance and then up. So that will be our area of interest. If it was to take place, perfect. Right on the neckline, the 618. Couldn't ask for better. So I'm going to wrap it on that.
There you have it. Please give Sam a like, share, and subscribe to his channel to support him for doing more of these posts.